Today, I am revealing my secrets by answering your most personal questions. If I can't answer, I have to do a crazy challenge from the Wheel of Flexibility Dares. Who is your least favorite influencer? I honestly haven't met any influencers that I haven't liked in person, so I'm going to spin the wheel. Beat your backbend run. The longest I have ever ran in a backbend is 742 meters, so we will see if I can get further than that today. I was feeling pretty bendy on this day, so I think that there's a possibility I can do it. This was one of my 3 chances to spin the wheel, and after that I have to answer all of the remaining questions. Okay, the ground is pretty gross here, so I'm going to see if I can walk for a bit without hands. Are you still doing cheerleading? I am no longer doing competitive cheerleading, but as you could probably tell from my videos, I am still doing a lot of acro and cheer just for my own enjoyment. I do still love cheer, but being on a competitive team is such a huge commitment. So once last season ended, I decided not to join again this season because I really wanted to be able to travel this year, which you obviously can't do when you're on a competitive team sport. Do you miss your family? Yes, I definitely do miss my family because I haven't seen them in almost 4 months, and this is also my first time being away from home for this long. But my parents are going to come visit me in LA in like 2 weeks, so I'm excited for that. And then after that, I am going to be going back to Canada for a bit, so I'll be seeing them a lot then. Just not my sister because she's going to be away for school when I get home, but I will see her during like the holidays. One of you asked for info on my cats, so they're still at my house in Canada, and Grace recently sent me these videos of them. I think they're so cute, so I'm excited to see them when I get home. Not like right now, but once I'm settled somewhere with my own house, I definitely want to get a kitten because cats are my favorite animal. I just love having them around. What was your most embarrassing moment? I've definitely had a lot of embarrassing moments before, but I'm having a hard time thinking of what could be like my most embarrassing moment right now, so I think I'm gonna have to spin the wheel. Go in a suitcase? Well, I might as well answer the next question in there. Are you really all self-taught? I am all self-taught in contortion, but I did do cheer and dance, which both helped with my flexibility. Why did you move to LA? There isn't one specific reason for this, but I'm from a very small town and I've always wanted to live in a bigger city. So I figured since I'm old enough to move out now, what a better city to try living in than LA. And I've been having the best time here, so even though I'm going home for a bit in a few weeks, I'll definitely be coming back. Do you travel often? And if so, do you still get the chance to do contortion? I usually travel a few times a year, but I don't do contortion professionally, like I don't do any performances and stuff like that. So traveling really doesn't affect my contortion at all. The next trip I'm planning on going on is New York with my family around Christmas time, which I'm so excited for if we end up going, because New York is one of my favorite cities, especially around Christmas, and I haven't been there in like 3 years. Which brings me on to the next question, which is someone asked when the first time I collaborated with Jordan was, which is in New York, I think around 5 years ago, which is crazy. It does not seem like it was that long ago. That first collab is actually a pretty interesting story. So how it happened is I won an Instagram contest to go to New York to shoot with him for a book he was doing at the time. So this wasn't even supposed to be like a YouTube collab because I was just starting my YouTube channel and he was mainly doing photography, so he didn't have his YouTube channel yet. Then we just ended up filming this like 5-minute photo challenge for Instagram, which ended up being one of his first YouTube videos. So for all of you who are wondering, that's how I met Jordan. When will you get married? This is so funny that someone would ask this because I don't even have a boyfriend. But even if I did have a boyfriend that I was dating for a while, I am definitely not at a point in my life where I'm ready to get married. So definitely not anytime soon. Do you ever feel overwhelmed with making YouTube videos? I'm going to be completely honest with this question, and I really don't want this to be taken the wrong way because I do love YouTube and everything that goes along with it, and I'm so grateful that you guys enjoy watching them. But I have been a bit exhausted for at least like the last 6 months or so. Especially the last few months, I've been having a really hard time sticking to my every Friday upload schedule because I've been trying to run 3 channels all on my own. I know some of you are probably thinking that that other channels upload like twice a week or even more, so it can't be that hard. But the thing is, a lot of other YouTubers have full teams running their channels, whereas I do everything on my own, from planning, organizing people to be in the videos, editing the thumbnails, and all that behind the scenes stuff that you don't see. I also enjoy doing all of those things, especially editing is one of my favorite parts of making YouTube videos. Editing is what takes the most time though. You might not realize this, but it usually takes me like 20 to 30 hours to edit a main channel video. Sometimes I'm just not able to get my video done in 1 week, so then I'll end up staying up all night editing, and I just don't mean staying up late, like literally staying up for 24 hours straight, which is just not healthy. So going forward, I think I do need to be a bit more lenient on my upload schedule. I'm still going to try my best to upload every Friday, but on weeks that I'm posting a stretch channel video, there isn't going to be a new main channel one as well, because I have tried and I'm just not capable of making 2 full videos in 1 week. Just make sure that you're subscribed with the notification bell turned on all 3 of my channels, because then you'll get notified whenever my new videos are up. Are you planning on creating new products for your shop? I have been working on some new products and kits for McNulty.com that I love. I'm going to work on that once I'm back home, so I don't have an exact launch date yet. Here's a sneak peek at some of the items that are coming soon. I love the color of this new ombre bottle, and just stay tuned if you want to see how this works. In the same question, they asked if I will ever create activewear, and I don't have anything in the works at the moment, but it would definitely be a dream to have my own activewear collection one day. Do you like LA more or Canada? I have nothing against Canada. I think it's an amazing place to live, but with being a YouTuber, I definitely prefer being in LA. I've also met a lot of really nice people here, whereas in Canada, I feel like a lot of my friends have gone away for school and stuff like that. I would love to live in LA full time, but I just can't right now since I'm not an American citizen. I am trying to see if there is a way I can move here full time though, and if there is, I would love to like get my own house here. Do I usually stretch many times a day or just once a day? I usually stretch once a day, which most of the time is in the morning, but I do film flexibility videos for my shorts channel, Instagram, and TikTok many days. So if you count doing things like that as stretching too, then I do usually stretch more than once a day. What do you usually do in your free time? I don't usually have a ton of free time, but when I do have some free time, I love to go to the beach, and I also love doing acro at the beach. Here's a quick video of me and my friend Georgia doing contortion at one of my favorite beaches. Who is your crush? A lot of people were asking this, but I do not want to answer, and I have 1 spin left, so I'm going to use it. Bend in a small space. I think this should definitely count as a small space. Guys, I actually fit. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll really like this one. I'm glad I didn't get stuck.